See, I told you, informational purposes only, TikTok, educational, whatever. It's not meant for hate. It's not meant. I told you the enemy is already here. These people like this that will follow Harrison Walls blindly, and they'll believe anything that's said about Trump. They'll believe it all. So now, if you go back and watch his video, he's got a song singing about how Donald Trump dodged the draft. That's a new one on me. And then you go through his profile, and he has one that says racist, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I won't say some of them on here because TikTok will tell me, you can't say that. Well, it's funny because this law enforcement officer is a disgrace to the uniform. He's probably the one that will violate your constitutional rights and freedom on the get-go. Boom, there it is. I don't care, shut up. I'm law enforcement, I'm your authority. Shut up, I don't care. And when you exercise your freedom, he's probably going to be the one that will falsely arrest you and everything else. And I'm telling you what, this is why we need accountability in law enforcement. This is why law enforcement does not need to be on TikTok, my personal opinion. That's just my opinion. Hey. So, but if you're going to be on here and show your ass as law enforcement, well, I guess we're going to call you out. So you're not following Trump, apparently, with that song, I'm guessing. You don't like Trump. I bet you if the UN come down the streets and recruited you and said you are now a part of the UN, you'd be like, oh yippee! We're going to take on American people. We're going to violate their rights today. You'll be the one that's going to follow them. You know, the communists, the socialists, the ones that are wanting to push the one world government. Oh wait, you're going to call me a conspiracy theorist. Oh yeah. Or something weird like that. You know, you're going to call me weird for actually calling you out. Because you have no evidence of him dodging the draft or doing anything like that. You have no evidence of any of the things you say. No evidence, actual evidence. See, it's funny. Y'all say he's a felon, but how many has he actually been sentenced for? Okay, he's been charged or convicted, but he hasn't been sentenced. See, there's a whole big thing where I don't care, I'll vote for a felon. The reason why I'll vote for a felon is because somebody like you despises a felon. That blue line is nothing but a gang symbol. And you can't convince me otherwise. So, yeah, you're the one that's going to follow along blindly, and you're going to follow orders, and you're going to be the one that's going to be unaliving people just because, you know, they don't agree with you. You get butthurt, or they say something, or they flip you off or something. You're going to be doing something just because your snowflake butt gets hurt, and you're going to use that badge and that gun to your advantage. You're going to claim qualified immunity. This is why we need accountability in law enforcement. This is why First Amendment audits, cop watching, and Freedom of Information Acts, public records, all are handy. Complaint forms, you know, those things that hold you accountable. So I'm sure if somebody in your area sees this and they decide to do an investigation on you, how many times have you been wrote up? How many times have you been fired or forced to resign from one department to another? It'd be interesting to know those facts. See, you take your badge off, your name badge and all your markers off, to hide the fact of where you were located at, because you're scared of somebody finding out the truth about you. That's the only reason you would take your name and everything off and try to hide your identity. But yet, if we try to hide our, not show our ID because we haven't committed a crime, because that's constitutional rights, we have the Fourth Amendment, that. You're going to arrest us for not showing our ID, but yet you're going to hide your ID because you're going to refuse the ID when the public has a right to know who you are if you say you're law enforcement. If you say you're law enforcement, 3 forms of ID: your name, badge number, and your officer's card, your police officer's card, ID, whatever you call it, whatever you guys want to call it. Show me that you're a real cop. Otherwise, you're not a real cop. You're just a thug with a badge and a gun. Yeah. Trump 2024, by the way, buddy. I can't wait because people like you are going to be bawling and crying. Make them cry again. God bless. Have a good day.